Good morning. So it's come to my attention that so many of the people that are in my life are experiencing a lot of insecurity and a lot of need for validation from others, whether that be from their parents, from other friends, from their boss, etc. And I just wanted to share um, some of the practice that I've learned so far in this past year that I've been in El Paso, and I've also been studying from a specific tradition. It's called the Mahajriya Buddhist tradition. And in this tradition, there's four different philosophies that we pull from. So there's Buddhism, there's Kabbalism, there's Christianity, and Hinduism. And there's many different techniques to get into a meditative practice. So a meditation practice is just something that you do more than once a week, maybe twice a week. It's just a time that you set aside for yourself to check in. I think we all do this in our own way. So the word meditation might scare some people, but we all meditate. We all meditate. It's just what I'm about to share is a technique that is a little bit more mindful, a little bit more intent oriented. So it's just a four-step process that has really helped me. So here it is. We breathe. We inhabit our bodies. So that means we go inside our bodies. In a mental sense, we are present in our bodies. We feel whatever we're feeling, and then we observe. So just to throw some more info at you, you are more than what you see in the mirror. You are more than this physical body. You are more than these thoughts that are going in your head. You also have an emotional body, which we're very aware of. But we're also made up of this vital energy. And energy is just a word that can be scary if you don't use it very often. But it's simply the juice inside of our batteries. It's the juice inside of our human batteries. So the way that I'm able to move is through my neurotransmitters, right? But they're powered by energy. Everyone has energy inside. So when we breathe, we bring all of the attention to the breath. And we do this because our thoughts, they wander and they go from one thing to the next. So in a meditative practice, we want to kind of preoccupy the mind or give it some focus at least. And so we pay attention to how the breath moves in our body. We fill up the breath usually from the abdomen. It's a deeper breath, not such a shallow breath that we're used to throughout the day. So we breathe in through our abdomen. And with our mind, we observe the air going through our abdomen and then out. And naturally, our chest rises, our chest falls. And it's giving that attention in a whole new way, for some of us, the attention of our mind to our body. And then naturally, we fill up our body a little bit more with consciousness. What does that mean? The way I like to describe it is that with each inhale, we breathe in energy. It's like filling up a vase with water. You fill up the vase and you see the water rise throughout the vase. And it's kind of that visualization. Again, we're giving the mind a little bit of a focus point. So we're thinking with each inhale, the energy rises from our feet. So we give attention to the feet. And naturally, as we go up with inhales, we give attention to our legs, so on and so forth. And just a simple reaction to doing that is being present in the body. And while we're present, with this tradition, with this practice, we are focusing on the emotions. And I'm pointing to my abdomen because that's usually where I feel all of my emotions. Sometimes I feel it in my chest, but a lot of the time it's this movement that's happening in my tummy. So, once I'm present in my body and I'm breathing, I just pay attention to what activity is going on down there, right? And then I try to put a name to it. Sometimes I don't have a name. Sometimes I have no idea what's going on down there, right? But with some more studying that I've been doing, it's usually either joy or it's fear. Those are kind of opposites, but they have the same feeling to me because I've observed them. And when I say the same feeling, I just mean the same amount of movement in my abdomen. I also give whatever I'm feeling a shape or a color, or I associate it with a certain time in my life, because the goal is to be so familiar with the emotional body that when it comes to our attention, we're not so startled by it. We're not so controlled by it. We are more familiar with the sensations, and we are able to move forward in a more authentic way that's truer to ourselves rather than to our emotions. Emotions are awesome. We need them. But sometimes we put them in the driving position, and it's not always the best way. It's not always our best, at least in my experience. And finally, like I was just describing, we observe the way that those emotions feel. Is there a tightness in my right side? You know, you can get as specific or as broad as you want. Simply the act of giving yourself some time to sit and to breathe is meditation. So you got this. So we're already about 8 minutes in. If you have time, I'd like to just walk us through a quick experience. We're just going to go through these 4 steps. We're going to breathe. We're going to inhabit our body. We're going to feel, and then we're going to observe. And like I said, if you haven't started a meditation process or a practice because you feel like you have, a mild form of ADHD, because your thoughts race all the time, set those preconceptions aside. But know that yes, your mind will wander because you're asking it to calm down. Our minds wander because they keep us alive. Our thoughts keep going because they love us so much. Our brains are so much in love with us that they want us to be ready for the next thing. So it is their job, our mind's job, to keep racing. For these few moments, though, we're going to ask it to just chill a little bit and focus on the breath. And it's going to say, why are you asking me to chill? This is not what I do. And I'm being animated about it, but it's because when I first started, I was like, I can't sit still. This is so beyond me. I can't do this, right? And it's not the case. Once you accept that, yeah, your mind's going to wander, you just move on to the next thing. It's like, oh yeah, there's that child there's that child running around the room. Okay, what's next? So it's all good. So let's just get comfortable. It's good to be comfortable. It's very important because, like I just said, our minds wander, and because we're asking it to kind of I said chill, but we're asking it to be attentive, right? It's going to say, hey, your back hurts, or hey, your foot hurts. And so it's best to be more as comfortable as you can, all right? And usually putting your hands on your lap or putting them in a mudra is what you see in cartoons, right? Because it's just bringing the body in. It's bringing everything in. You can do that by touching your lap, or you can do that by connecting your thumb with one of the fingers, because it's a concept of getting the body also in a meditative state, not just the mind. So I'm just going to lay my hands on my lap, and I'm going to invite you to close your eyes and to breathe in deeply from your abdomen. Naturally, I breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, but you can do whatever is most comfortable. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. But while we breathe in, we bring our attention to the breath. And like I mentioned before, our chest rises upon our inhale, and naturally it falls when we exhale. Pay attention to your breath and what else does it do in your body. So we breathe in and out. And no matter what is going on around you, no matter what your day looks like or what it has looked like, allow yourself to be able to pay attention to this breath. Allow yourself to be present in this moment, simply by inviting the mind to focus on the breath. And now with each inhale, I invite you to imagine that from your toes, you're filling up your body with energy, with blue light. Think of it as a peaceful, radiating blue light that with each inhale you're filling up your body with, from your toes up into your legs, your hips, your abdomen, up into your chest, out through your arms, into your fingers, and all the way into your head. Breathe. Inhabit your body. Feel the chair or the floor on your back, on your legs, and be present in your body simply by wanting to be there. And if your thoughts do wander, just observe them like clouds, or like birds even flying in the sky. You see them and then they pass. And ask your thoughts to pay attention more to the breath and to what's going on inside the body. And now bring your attention to your abdomen, and it is here where we observe and feel our emotions. And again, no matter what's happened today or what you have to do later, ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Maybe you're feeling anxious, or maybe you're feeling happy, or sad, or afraid, or just peaceful. But whatever you are feeling, even if you can't name it, really allow yourself to feel it. So many times we block what we're feeling because we think, maybe it's ridiculous to feel something like that, or, oh, I'm just being silly when I feel that way. But for this moment, feel what you're feeling. And always bring your attention back to the breath if your mind does wander. Or when your mind wanders, I should say. Okay, and now we're going to just observe these emotions. What does this emotion look like? If you had to give it a color or a shape, or maybe even a scent, we're just getting to know what these emotions are like. For some of you, if you do feel this emotion to its entirety, as much as you can in this moment, you might feel that it's intense. But just keep observing it as though you're watching a movie almost. We're just observing the emotion. We're not separating ourselves from the emotion, but rather we're just getting to know this feeling. For example, I feel an activity in my lower abdomen right now. And by activity, I mean there's some type of pressure on it that's not in the other parts of my abdomen. And so I observe it. I don't know what it's called or what its name is, but I observe it. And while I simultaneously pay attention to the breath, I can kind of observe that it's going away. Slowly, not entirely, but slowly. It's being acknowledged, and it's kind of going away. Breathe. Be present in your body. Feel and observe. And just as our minds race throughout the day to keep us going and to keep us on task, our emotional body is always in reaction to what's going on around us. Again, to keep us safe and to keep us going. All of the emotions that we feel It's just a response to the environment that we're in. For example, if you are going through a breakup, your emotional body is responding to this feeling of insecurity maybe, or of abandonment. And these emotions, there doesn't have to be any drama with them. In fact, I invite you to take away the story, if you have a story right now, and really just focus on the feeling, the way that your emotional body is interpreting this event in your life. Breathe. Inhabit your body. Feel and observe. You are doing a good job. This is not easy the first few times. But slowly I invite you to bring yourself back to this moment, to take a deep breath, move your fingers and your toes, and very slowly, the last thing you do is open your eyes, because we want to gently come back. For more information, I will probably be posting more videos, because I really feel that if I can share this with one person and they find some type of peace in it, then it's worth it. So this is just a little exercise you can do in the bathroom, in the car, while you're cooking dinner, while you're doing the dishes. You don't have to be sitting down. You don't have to have your eyes closed. You don't have to be connected to your body or have the energy come in. I do encourage you, though, to take time to do that, though. To kind of set aside maybe even a place to do that, because your body is a magnificent vessel, and it's awesome to be connected to it, and your emotions are very powerful. And again, it's an awesome sensation to be connected to your inner self. Even in this time, even if you don't feel like that, that's completely okay. I had to tell myself I love myself completely as I am over and over and over again for days. I still do it. When I get insulted and I feel something happen in here, I'm like, listen, I love myself. I repeat it until it's true. That's something that this tradition really encourages. You repeat it until it's true. But again, breathe, inhabit, feel, and observe. And you did awesome. Let me know how you like it. All right?